Good morning, students. I am Mr. Akshay Kamble, HOD, Civil Engineering Department, JS Polytechnic, Hadapsar, Pune. So, good morning once again. I hope you all are utilizing this lockout period very effectively because time is available. So, why don't you utilize this in the best possible manner? Okay. So, my dear children, today I have come online or I have posted this video for you all. Okay, basically this management subject, it is, that it is an online subject, but our fifth unit is very important from online examination point of view. So the chapter name or the unit name of our management subject of fifth unit is the legislative acts. Okay, so let's move towards it. This chapter or this legislative acts, this chapter is having learning unit is explain the main provisions of the various acts and important definitions. ओके, लर्निंग आउटकम म्हणजे काय, तर जेव्हा हा चॅप्टर संपेल, ओके, आफ्टर कम्प्लिशन ऑफ दिस सब्जेक्ट और कोर्स, व्हॉट विल यू लर्न. ओके, तुम्ही काय शिकणार आहात जेणेकरून तुम्ही ॲक्च्युअलमध्ये ते यूज कराल. ओके, प्रॅक्टिकली त्याला म्हणतात लर्निंग आउटकम. ओके, so that is called learning outcome, and course outcome is nothing but this is the fifth chapter's fifth course outcome. Okay, understand the various provisions of industrial acts. Now in this chapter, by the name of the title, okay, legislative acts, you can understand easily acts. Okay, something related to legislative acts. So the Ministry of Labor and Employment of India, okay, it always seeks to protect and safeguard the interests of the workers. Means whatever workers are there in India, so for them the Ministry of Labor and Employment has drafted some acts. Okay, का बरं, कारण if you will observe, after the industrial revolution, म्हणजे जेव्हा इंडस्ट्रियल रेव्होल्युशन झालं इन द वर्ल्ड, आफ्टर दॅट वर्कर्स वर अवेलेबल, आपल्याकडे रिसोर्सेस भरपूर असायचे, but the workers were used anyway, maybe in terms of work hours, they were not paid properly. Okay, even the health conditions, even the sanitation, work conditions अजिबात चांगले नसायचे, कारण काम करायचे वर्कर्स, त्यांच्याकडून भरपूर काम करून घेतलं जायचं, बट व्हॉट अबाउट देअर इन्सेंटिव्स, व्हॉट अबाउट देअर वेलफेअर, म्हणजे त्यांची काळजी घेणारं पण कोणीतरी हवं ना, नुसतंच काम करून घेणं म्हणजे नसतं ते. यू हॅव टू लुक इन टू द interests or the safeguard the interests of the workers. Okay, so the Ministry of Labor and Employment, आपल्या इंडियाचं जी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ लेबर एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज देअर, इट केम फॉरवर्ड टू सेफगार्ड द इंटरेस्ट्स ऑफ द वर्कर्स. बिकॉज इफ यू सी द आपल्या गव्हर्मेंटचं जे अटेन्शन आहे, गव्हर्मेंट्स अटेन्शन इज ऑलवेज फोकस्ड ऑन द प्रमोशन ऑफ वेलफेअर ॲक्टिव्हिटीज अँड प्रोव्हाइडिंग सोशल सिक्युरिटी टू द लेबर फोर्स. ठीक आहे, वॉट एवर लेबर फोर्स इज अवेलेबल इन आवर कंट्री, सो द गव्हर्मेंट इज ऑलवेज ईगर टू प्रिव्हेंट और टू सेफगार्ड द interests and welfare of the workers. Okay, now next move further. So today we will learn about the Factory Act 1948. Okay, this Factory Act is a social legislation which has been enacted for occupational safety, health and welfare of workers at workplaces. म्हणजे काय, तर ही जे फॅक्टरी ॲक्ट आहे हे इनॅक्ट केलेलं आहे शासनानं, म्हणजे गव्हर्मेंट हॅज इनॅक्टेड दिस ॲक्ट मेनली फॉर द ऑक्युपेशनल सेफ्टी, हेल्थ अँड वेलफेअर ऑफ वर्कर्स ॲट वर्क प्लेसेस. सो इट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट टू सेफगार्ड द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द वर्कर्स. ओके, सो ॲप्लिकेबिलिटी, व्हॉट इज ॲप्लिकेबिलिटी स्पीकिंग, it applies to factories covered under the Factories Act 1948. Okay, so before going further, let's look into the background of this Factory Act. Okay, so in India the first Factory Act was passed in 1881, and this act was mainly focused on the children, okay, to protect the children and few measures for health and safety of the workers. Okay, so this law was only applicable to those factories विच एम्प्लॉयड 100 or more वर्कर्स. म्हणजे ज्या फॅक्टरीमध्ये 100 किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त लोक असायची त्याच्यामध्ये हा ॲक्ट फक्त ॲप्लिकेबल असायचा. दिस ॲक्ट वॉज ओनली ॲप्लिकेबल इन द केस वेअर 100 or more than वर्कर्स वर एम्प्लॉयड. Okay, but this first act was passed in 1881. Okay, after that in 1891 another factories act was passed which extended to the factories employing 50 or more workers. Okay, so on the basis of the recommendations of the factory labor commission more comprehensive laws were introduced in 1911. म्हणजे हळूहळू फॅक्टरी लेबर कमिशनच्या ह्याच्यानुसार रिकमेंडेशननुसार there were amendments, there were changes made in this act. So the final act which you can see the government of India enacted is in 1948. Okay, so this is all about the background of factory act. Next is definition. So what does the definition speaks? So factory, the factory act मतलब जे factory आहे, so what is the definition of that factory? So under section 2M of this act, या act मध्ये जे काही मी आता whatever I am speaking in this act, the definition of factory is mentioned properly. Okay, and this is very important. This can come in the examination as it is the perfect definition of factory. So what it is said, any premises in which 10 or more workers are employed and are engaged in manufacturing process being carried out with the aid of power. म्हणजे काय, कुठल्याही प्रिमायसेसमध्ये, प्रिमायसेस मीन्स एरिया, ओके, एरिया अराउंड द बिल्डिंग और कनेक्टेड विथ द बिल्डिंग, कुठली बिल्डिंग असो त्याच्या एरिया जो कनेक्टेड आहे त्या बिल्डिंगशी रिलेटेड त्याच्यामध्ये 10 किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त लोक जर एम्प्लॉयड असतील अँड दे आर एंगेज्ड इन मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रोसेस, ओके, विथ द एड ऑफ पॉवर इज कॉल्ड एज फॅक्टरी. ठीक आहे, दिस इज वन पार्ट ऑफ डेफिनेशन. अदर definition speaks any premises in which 20 or more workers are employed in manufacturing process being carried out without the aid of power. Without means devoid of power, पॉवरचा उपयोग न करता 20 किंवा पेक्षा जास्त कर्मचारी काम करत असतील मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रोसेसमध्ये, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज फॅक्टरी. मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग मीन्स प्रिपरेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट, प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल अँड generating the final product. Okay, so the term power under section 2G of the act means not only electrical energy but also any other form of energy which is mechanically transmitted but is not generated by human or animal energy. म्हणजे थोडक्यात पॉवरची डेफिनेशन दिलेली आहे. ओके, आता नेक्स्ट व्हॉट इज गिवन इन दिस, द टर्म मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रोसेस, ओके, अंडर द सेक्शन 2K of the act means, just now previously we see that the definition of factory, it was mentioned the manufacturing process. So what is this manufacturing process definition? So read it carefully. In this it is mentioned that making, altering, repairing, ornamenting, finishing, packing, oiling, washing, cleaning, breaking up, demolishing or otherwise treating or adapting any article or substance with a view to its use, sale, transport, delivery. Okay, pumping oil, water, sewage, generating, transforming, transmitting power, composing the types for printing by letter press, lithography or other. So in this various definition of manufacturing process is given. So ह्याच्यामध्ये you don't need to learn everything. Okay, just remember some important keywords. काही कीवर्ड लक्षात ठेवा जे ऑनलाईन MCQ किंवा एक्झामिनेशन पॉईंट ऑफ व्ह्यूमध्ये महत्त्वाचे असतील. फॉर एक्झाम्पल मेकिंग, अल्टरिंग, ओके, फिनिशिंग, डिमॉलिशिंग. Okay, so these are some important, pumping oil, constructing, reconstructing, repairing, refitting, breaking up ships or vessels. So these are some basic keywords which needs to be remembered, okay, in terms of manufacturing process. So are you understanding what I'm saying? Manufacturing means the definition, the important terms which denote the manufacturing process are mentioned in this act. So you can read these important keywords and remember. Okay, and if you see the last point, it is given that preserving or storing any article in cold storage. Okay, this is also a part of manufacturing process, because after reading that last line a doubt may come in your mind regarding sir, how it can be like this, preserving an article, how it can be a manufacturing process. But under this act, even if you store any chemical or any particular product in cold storage, that is also a part of manufacturing process. Okay, even if you can see that it is mentioned composing types for printing, letterpress, lithography. So all the similar processes are also the part of manufacturing process. So till now we learned about the factory definition. Okay, then the definition of power, then the manufacturing process. Okay, so next we will go for definitions. Okay, so the Definition of factory, this is very important. So see what is given. Factory does not include a mine, a mobile unit belonging to the armed forces of the union, a railway running shed, or a hotel, restaurant, or eating place. Now in this fact, it is whatever act is given in this, okay, it clearly mentions which particular structures are not belonging into the category of factory. Means which structures are called factory and which structures are not called factory. These are clearly defined. If you see, means what, कुठल्याला फॅक्टरी म्हणायचं आणि कुठल्याला नाही. तर फॅक्टरी कशाला नाही म्हणायचं, तर माइन असेल, एखादा मोबाईल युनिट असेल विच बिलॉंग्स टू द आर्म्ड फोर्सेस, म्हणजे आर्मी शेडेड जे काही स्ट्रक्चर्स असतील, किंवा युनियन असेल, किंवा रेल्वे रनिंग शेड असेल, हॉटेल असेल, रेस्टॉरंट असेल, किंवा वॉट एव्हर आर ईटिंग प्लेस. ओके, दिस डू नॉट कम अंडर द फॅक्टरी डेफिनेशन. Okay, the following have to be held in factory. So which points are to be held in factory? So these are the points: salt works, a shed for ginning and pressing of cotton, a bead making shed, a railway workshop, composing work for letterpress printing, sawmills, place for preparation of foodstuffs, waterworks maintained by municipality and electricity department. So these come under factory definition, or under terms considered for factory. Okay, so next इज अबाउट वर्कर डेफिनेशन. वर्कर म्हणजे काय हे फॅक्टरीनं ॲक्टने डिफाईन केलेलं आहे. सो व्हॉट इज वर्कर? द टर्म वर्कर ऑफ द ॲक्ट मीन्स अ पर्सन एम्प्लॉयड, ओके, डायरेक्टली or through any agency including a contractor, with or without the knowledge of principal employer, whether for remuneration or not, in any manufacturing or not in manufacturing process, but does not include any member of the armed forces of the union. Okay, means what? Under this act, the definition of worker means a person who is employed म्हणजे ज्याला कामावरती घेतलेलं आहे डायरेक्टली किंवा थ्रू अन एजन्सी, अँड इन दॅट कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर इज ऑल्सो इन्क्लुडेड. ठीक आहे, तर मग जो वर्कर एम्प्लॉय केलेला आहे, इट इज नॉट कन्सिडर्ड वेदर द वर्कर इज हॅविंग एनी नॉलेज ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयर. ओके, who the person has employed, he should not have any knowledge whether he is paid or not, the worker is paid or not, he just is part of the manufacturing process. Okay, the worker is employed and he's giving his some contribution in that particular manufacturing process, then that is called worker. Okay, माणूस आहे, त्याला कामावरती घेतलेलं आहे, एम्प्लॉय केलेला आहे कुठल्या एजन्सी थ्रू, किंवा तो स्वतः डिरेक्टली तिथं आलेला आहे, कुठल्या तरी मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रोसेसमध्ये पार्ट घेतो आहे, ही इज वर्किंग फॉर दॅट. ओके, सो एव्हरीथिंग इज द पार्ट ऑफ इट. ओके, फक्त ह्याच्यामध्ये काळजी काय घ्यायची वर्करच्या डेफिनेशनमध्ये, की डज नॉट इन्क्लूड एनी मेंबर ऑफ द आर्म्ड फोर्सेस, कुठल्याही आर्म्ड फोर्सेसचा मेंबर नसावा तो. ओके, दॅट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज ऑक्युपायर. The occupier means what? The term occupier under the section 2N of the act means the person who has ultimate control over the affairs of the factory. Means whatever the factory affairs are there, affairs means whatever the governing, it is a part of governing body. म्हणजे occupier is responsible for the smooth functioning of the factory. Okay, जे काय घडामोडी असतील फॅक्टरीमध्ये, एव्हरीथिंग ही दॅट occupier is liable for that particular functioning of that factory. So what is given here? In case of a firm or other association of individuals, any one of the individual partners or members shall be deemed to be occupier. म्हणजे काय, तर एखादं फर्म असेल किंवा एखादं ॲसोसिएशन असेल वेगवेगळ्या लोकांचं, 2 or 3 पीपलचं एखादं ॲसोसिएशन असेल, सो एनी वन ऑफ द इंडिव्हिज्युअल पार्टनर्स और मेंबर्स कॅन बी कॉल्ड एज ऑक्युपायर. फर्म असेल तर यू कॅन कॉल दॅट पर्सन, जो काय फर्म आहे त्याच्यामध्ये जे लोक काम करत आहेत, सो इन दॅट ग्रुप एनी पर्टिक्युलर इंडिव्हिज्युअल कॅन बी कॉल्ड एज अ ऑक्युपायर. ओके, नेक्स्ट, इन केस ऑफ अ कंपनी एनी ऑफ द डायरेक्टर्स शॅल बी डीम्ड टू बी द ऑक्युपायर. मीन्स इफ देर इज एनी कंपनी, so in that company the director is very important. Okay, the director is called the occupier. And in next third case, in case of a factory owned or controlled by the central government or state government or any other local authority, the persons appointed to manage the affairs of the factory shall be deemed to be the occupier. Okay, the occupier means what? The person who is in complete responsibility of the smooth functioning of that factory. Okay, and according to that, different case, different definitions of occupier. म्हणजे केसनुसार त्यांनी सांगितलेलं आहे. 3 केस दिलेले आहेत. पहिल्यांदा फर्म असेल तर कोण ऑक्युपायर असेल, त्यानंतर कंपनी असेल तर कोण ऑक्युपायर असेल, आणि एनी अदर पर्सन म्हणजे एनी अदर फॅक्टरी विच इज कंट्रोल बाय स्टेट गव्हर्नमेंट और एनी अदर टाईप ऑफ लोकल अथॉरिटी, त्याच्यामध्ये ऑक्युपायर कोण असेल. इट इज क्लिअरली मेन्शन्ड इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर स्लाइड. ओके, आय होप यू अंडरस्टूड द कॉन्सेप्ट. त्यानंतर फॅक्टरी इन्स्पेक्टोरेट और फॅक्टरी इन्स्पेक्टर, this is also very important. So in this factory act, as per section 6 and rule 3, the plans of a factory has to be approved by chief inspector of factories. Means what if a particular person, okay, any occupier wants to establish a factory on a particular land, so before establishing that particular factory, he has to get that particular plan of that factory approved by chief inspector. Chief inspector जो असतो फॅक्टरीजचा, he should approve the plan of that particular occupier. Okay, so the occupier or manager of the factory has to apply for registration and get the license from the chief inspector of factories. Okay, application द्यावं लागतं for registration and he should get the license from the chief inspector of factories. Already I have mentioned you previously, occupier means who is the control responsibility of the particular factory, who controls the affairs of the factory, and chief inspector means whatever I said before. Okay, so as per section 6 and rules 5 to 13, the license so granted may be amended, renewed, revoked or suspended in accordance with the rules framed in this act. Means what, as per section 6 किंवा रूल्स, त्या ॲक्टमध्ये जे काय रूल्स आहेत 5 ते 13 मध्ये, तर त्याच्यामध्ये काय सांगितलं आहे की वॉट एव्हर द लायसन्स इज ग्रांटेड, एकदा लायसन्स मिळाला, इट इज लायबल फॉर अमेंडमेंट. म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये चेंजेस होऊ शकतात, रिन्यू होऊ शकतं, रिवोक होऊ शकतं किंवा सस्पेंडही होऊ शकतं इन अकॉर्डन्स विथ द रूल्स. ओके, सो दीज रूल्स आर ऑल्सो व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. ओके, सो ॲज पर सेक्शन 9, इन्स्पेक्टर अपॉइंटेड अंडर दिस ॲक्ट कॅन एनी टाईम एंटर द फॅक्टरी. म्हणजे ॲज पर सेक्शन 9 ऑफ दिस ॲक्ट, इन्स्पेक्टर जो आहे अपॉइंट केलेला, ही कॅन एंटर द फॅक्टरी ॲट एनी टाईम. ओके, टू कॅरी आउट द ड्युटीज ॲज लेट डाऊन अंडर सेक्शन 9B and C, to ensure that statutory provisions and rules framed are carried out properly, and to launch the prosecutions against factory owners under the provision of chapter 10 of the act. म्हणजे थोडक्यात काय तर इन्स्पेक्टर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज टू मॉनिटर द अफेअर्स ऑफ द particular factory, whether they are as per the norms, as per the statutory provisions. Statutory provisions means whatever the provisions are given in this act, important rules and regulation. So whether the functioning of the factory is going according to those provisions or whether they are deviating from the norms. If they are deviating, then the owner of the factory किंवा जो काही occupier असतो, he is liable for punishment. Okay, so it is the duty of the inspector to keep a check on this. Okay, so are you understanding what I am speaking? Okay, the role of occupier, the role of chief inspector. Okay, next slide is regarding hours of work. So at the beginning I told you that after the industrial revolution, मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की आफ्टर इंडस्ट्रियल रेव्होल्युशन द वर्कर्स वर जस्ट युटिलाइज्ड रेकलेसली. देर वॉज नो कंट्रोल ओवर द टाईम ऑफ वर्क. किती पण वेळ काम करा. दे वर जस्ट मीन्स द ओनर्स वॉट एवर देअर ऑफ द फॅक्टरी, दे वर एक्सप्लॉयटिंग द वर्कर्स. दे वर नॉट पेड प्रॉपर वेजेस. Okay, there was no time limit for their work, so harassment was being done. So due to this initiative taken by the government by this Factories Act, somewhere there is a restriction on the hours of work. कुठंतरी हे थांबवलं पाहिजे. ओके, अदरवाईज वर्करची प्रोडक्टिव्हिटी राहणार नाही. द वर्कर्स विल नॉट गिव्ह देअर 100% प्रोडक्टिव्हिटी. ओके, सो hours of work have been defined. So the main restrictive provisions of the act about the working hours of adults are, ते कुठल्या सेक्शनमध्ये, विच सेक्शन इंडिकेट्स द पर्टिक्युलर टाईम फ्रेम ऑफ द पर्टिक्युलर एरिया is mentioned here. Okay, so section 51 deals with a worker cannot be employed for more than 48 hours in a week. Whatever I am explaining in this slide, each and every line is very important through MSPT examination, online examination point of view. Okay, so section 51 speaks that a worker cannot be employed for more than 48 hours in a week. Section 52 a holiday must be given in every week. Section 53, compensatory holidays in case of missing of weekly holidays. Okay. Section 54, a worker cannot be employed for more than 9 hours a day. 55th section, a worker must be given an interval of rest of at least half an hour after 5 hours of work. After every 5 hours of work, the worker must be given an interval of rest. After that, section 56, the total period of work inclusive of rest interval must not be spread over more than 10.5 hours a day. Okay. And section 59, if a worker works for more than 9 hours a day or more than 40 hours a week, he shall be paid overtime, that is twice the regular wage. If any worker is working more than the time frame given, okay, मी तुम्हाला आधीच सांगितलं आहे सेक्शन 51मध्ये इट इज मेन्शन 48 hours in a week. याच्यापेक्षा जास्त टाईम यू कॅनॉट फोर्स एनी लेबर टू वर्क. सो इफ अ पर्सन इज वर्किंग बाय हिज self more than 48 hours, then he should be paid. Okay, the remuneration should be fair, that is twice the regular wage. So every section speaks properly about the requirements of the working hours. Okay, now here what it is given: in case of any exemption under section 64, the state government shall not exceed the following limits of work inclusive of overtime. Okay, so these are the different points. Whatever the total number of hours in any day shall not exceed 10. The spread over inclusive of the interval of rest shall not exceed 12 hours. Okay, the total number of hours in a week overtime shall not exceed 60. The total number of hours shall not exceed 50 in any quarter. So these are the restrictions. Okay, you can write down if you find any important point in this. Okay, please write down. Okay, now further, the main restrictive provisions of the act about women and children employment under section 66 to 71. Okay, whatever the sections are there of this act from 66 to 71, they tell about the women and children employment. लेडीज वुमेन अँड चिल्ड्रन एम्प्लॉयमेंट संदर्भात काही महत्त्वाचे पॉईंट्स सांगितलेले आहेत. तर दॅट फर्स्ट पॉईंट इज अ वुमन वर्कर कॅनॉट बी एम्प्लॉयड एक्सेप्ट बिटवीन द आवर्स ऑफ 6 AM to 7 PM. Okay, 6 AM to 7 PM व्यतिरिक्त you cannot employ any woman worker. Okay, second, the employment of child below 14 years is strictly prohibited. Okay, number 3, a child between 14 to 15 years of age can be employed for a maximum period of 4.5 hours in a day. So whatever these points are there, these are very very important. Okay, from examination point of view. Okay, they can ask you anything regarding this, and these are the very critical important points whatever I'm speaking now. Okay, after that, a child cannot be employed during night. Okay, that is from 10 PM to 6 PM. 10 PM to 6 AM. A child worker must have fitness certificate granted by a certifying surgeon. Fitness certificate. The child worker, if you want to employ a child worker, he should be fit by all means. ओके, तो फिट असला पाहिजे फिजिकली अँड मेंटली. ओके, अ चाइल्ड बिटवीन एज ऑफ इयर्स 15 to 18 हॅविंग फिटनेस सर्टिफिकेट टू परफॉर्म फुल डेज ऑफ वर्क कॅन बी एम्प्लॉयड ॲज अन एडल्ट. ओके, म्हणजे एखादा लहान मूल असेल 15 ते 18 वर्षाचा, त्याच्याकडे फिटनेस सर्टिफिकेट असेल अँड तर तो काम करू शकतो फुल डे वर्कसाठी एडल्ट म्हणून. ओके, बट व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट टू प्रेझेंट द फिटनेस सर्टिफिकेट. ओके, सो and here whatever I have told now, these are the part of section 66 to 71, okay, of this act. And this section 66 to 71 deals with women and children employment. So next slide is regarding annual leave with wages. Okay, so annual leave with wages, the main provisions of the act about the grant of annual leave with wages under section 79. Section 79 is there of this act. This deals with the provision of leave. Leave means holiday. Okay, that also paid leave. Okay, a worker shall be allowed in every calendar year annual leave with wages at 1 day for every 20 days of work performed by him during the previous calendar year. Okay, a worker shall be allowed in every calendar year annual leave with wages at 1 day for every 20 days of work performed by him during the previous calendar year. In case of child worker, annual leave with wages at 1 day for every 15 days of work performed. Leave can be accumulated up to 30 days in case of adult or 40 days in case of a child. Okay, the leave admissible will be exclusive of all holidays occurring during or at either end of the leave period. Wages for leave allowed shall be paid before the leave begins. Okay, so write down if you find any important point. Okay, in case of a worker who is discharged or dismissed from the service, quits or dies while in service, he or his higher or nominees must be paid wages in lieu of annual leave. What is said in this, that if a worker who is discharged or dismissed from service, एखाद्याचा जॉब सुटला असेल किंवा if anyone died, okay, so his or his nominees means सक्सेसिव्ह हायर किंवा समजा एखादा व्यक्ती असेल तो त्याचे if he is dead, so his child or his daughter may be employed on the place of work. Okay, in such case the annual leave is to be calculated at the same rate as above, but irrespective of whether the worker has worked for 240 days or not. थोडक्यात काय हे रेम्युनरेशन किंवा ॲन्युअल लिव्ह विथ वेजेससाठीचं हे सगळं पॉईंट्स आहेत विच हॅव बीन मेन्शन्ड हिअर. ओके, सो ऑब्लिगेशन्स ऑफ वर्कर, obligations of occupier, so these are the all important points. Administrative machinery offenses. Okay, whatever I'm telling now, obligations. Okay, obligations means the duties of the occupier and the obligations of worker. So now we will see the obligations of worker. Obligations means the duties and responsibilities of a worker. So under section 111, various obligations of worker are: first, a worker shall not interfere with or misuse any appliance or other thing provided for the purpose of securing the health, safety or welfare of the workers. म्हणजे काय, तर worker he should not interfere with misuse or appliance, okay, or other thing provided for the purpose of securing the health. Means whatever appliances are there for protection of workers, तर त्याचा मिसयूज नाही केला पाहिजे. इट हॅज टू बी यूज्ड प्रॉपरली. Okay, a worker shall not willfully and without reasonable cause do anything likely to endanger himself or others. Okay, म्हणजे काय, विदाउट एनी रिझन, काही कारण नसताना किंवा स्वतःच्या मुद्दामून काहीतरी असं कृत्य करणे जेणेकरून सगळ्यांनाच त्रास होईल, स्वतःला तो डेंजर झोनमध्ये जाईल, असं काही गोष्टी करणे चुकीचं आहे. ओके, अ वर्कर शाल नॉट willfully neglect to make use of any appliance or other thing provided for the purpose of securing the health or safety of the workers. Means whatever safety precautions we are taking as a, okay, so these safety precautions should be followed by the worker. He should not neglect, any neglect nahi kela pahiye. He should properly use that particular facilities. Okay, on contravention of above provisions means if any worker fails to comply with the above 3 measures, म्हणजे कुठला एक कामगार जर या तिन्हीपैकी करत असेल, मिसयूज करत असेल किंवा मुद्दामून काहीतरी चुकीचं काम कृत्य करणे किंवा निग्लेक्ट करणे, जे काही हेल्थकेअर फॅसिलिटीज आहेत किंवा प्रोटेक्शन आहेत ते मुद्दामून निग्लेक्ट करणे, याच्यामुळं द वर्कर इज पनिशेबल विथ इम्प्रिझनमेंट अप टू 3 months. ओके, इम्प्रिझन म्हणजे जेलमध्ये जाण्याची वेळ येऊ शकते अप टू 3 months or with a fine of ₹100 or with both. Okay, this was all about obligations of worker. Now we will go for obligations of occupier, duties of occupier. Okay, occupier चे काय duties आहेत. So first, obtain the government approval regarding location, plan and construction of the factory and also license and registration certificate for operating the factory. So this we have already discussed in previous slide when I started this presentation. Okay, to get the government approval regarding the plan, location, construction of factory and license and registration certificate, हे सगळं प्राप्त करण्याचं आहे. टू अचीव दिस ऑल इट इज द ड्युटी ऑफ द ऑक्युपायर. त्यानंतर सेकंड, इम्प्लिमेंट ऑल द प्रोव्हिजन्स कन्सर्निंग हेल्थ, सेफ्टी अँड वेलफेअर. ओके, ऑलरेडी इट इज मेन्शन्ड इन दिस ॲक्ट. ओके, हा जो फॅक्टरी ॲक्ट आहे हा त्याचा उद्देश हेच आहे की वर्करचा हेल्थ, सेफ्टी हे सगळ्यात मेन फोकस एरिया आहे. सो द ऑक्युपायर मस्ट सी that health, safety and welfare are easily complied. Okay, then number 3, send a detailed written notice 15 days in advance to the chief inspector before occupying any premises as a factory. Means if a occupier wants to grab any particular land for construction of factory, then he should send notice 15 days in advance to the chief inspector. Okay, and the next, comply all statutory requirements pertaining to the hours of work, leave with wages, weekly holidays and extra wages for overtime. Means whatever we discussed, okay, about annual wages, okay, annual leave with wages, so these all rules and regulations must be followed. Okay, this all should be mentioned properly. So display notice, maintain the registers and records and submit returns as required under this act. Then next, report fatal and other accidents and occupational disease contracted by any workman to the government or specified authority. This we have already discussed in safety management chapter. सेफ्टी मॅनेजमेंट चॅप्टरमध्ये आपण डिस्कस केलं होतं की कुठले फेटल ॲक्सिडेंट्स असतात, टाईप्स ऑफ ॲक्सिडेंटमध्ये. तर हे जे ॲक्सिडेंट्स घडतात वर्करसोबत, दिस ॲक्सिडेंट शुड बी रिपोर्टेड ॲज अर्ली ॲज पॉसिबल टू द कन्सर्न अथॉरिटीज. ओके, now you can see the administrative machinery. The Factories Act is the most comprehensive piece of labor legislation. Though it is a piece of central legislation, the responsibility for administration of the act rests with the state governments who administer it through their own factory inspectorates. Okay, the state government appoints appropriately qualified persons as inspectors or certifying surgeons. In addition, every district magistrate is the inspector of his district. Okay, uniformity in the administration of the act is achieved by the model rules framed by Directorate General of Factory Advice Service and Labor Institutes. Okay, so this is all about administrative machinery. Okay, now these are the offenses and penalties, okay, mentioned here. Okay, from section 92 to 106 of this act. Okay, observe this properly. मीन्स व्हॉट ऑफेन्स, ऑफेन्स म्हणजे काहीतरी चुकीचं काहीतरी करणे. ओके, ऑब्झर्व प्रॉपरली बोथ द कॉलम्स. ओके, व्हॉट काइंड ऑफ ॲक्शन, स्ट्रिक्ट ॲक्शन विल बी टेकन. ओके, मीन्स फॉर कॉन्ट्राव्हेन्शन्स ऑफ द प्रोव्हिजन्स ऑफ द ॲक्ट. पहिला जर तुम्ही पॉईंट पाहिलं, ठीक आहे, कुठलेही जे कॉन्ट्राव्हेन्शन्स आहेत या ॲक्टचे जर कोणी पाळले नाहीत किंवा चुका केल्या, सो व्हॉट काइंड ऑफ पेनल्टी विल बी देअर, इम्प्रिझनमेंट अप टू 2 years. म्हणजे लेफ्ट साईडमध्ये चूक दाखवली आणि राईट साईड काय त्या चुकीवरती काय शिक्षा होऊ शकते आणि किती सिव्हिअर, किती प्रखर शिक्षा होऊ शकते हे मेन्शन केलेलं आहे. ओके, wrongful disclosing result pertaining to result of analysis, obstructing inspectors. Okay, so all these concepts. Okay, these are the case laws. Okay, some examples are given. Okay, you can read these examples for your benefit. Okay. So thank you students. I will come for you again with the Industrial Dispute Act. Okay, Industrial Disputes Act in next session. Okay, hope you love this video. Okay, if you have any queries, you can contact me through phone calls or through WhatsApp. Okay, thank you so much.